What's up, sexies? Happy Friday. Man, so I jumped out ahead the other day. Got to come back. Got to bring it back down a couple notches. And, man, I want to talk about a big one. Let's talk about complacency. So many of us, this is the greatest thing in our lives that takes our lives from us. It's, how do we say, one of those demons that sneaks up on you when you least expect it. And, it hits you in every way, every shape, aspect, and form, in every area of your life, be it with your job, your life, your relationship, and it even points with your children. Complacency, it's familiarity, so much of the same repetitious things, and not enough spontaneity, not enough mortal forging in the sense to continue your path, to build on oneself, to be adventurous, to go out and collect that treasure, to take those pictures with the little ones. It's daunting, and it's brought on by those who are in charge of us at the least, because we have to slave so much of our life away just to be able to have any kind of portion of our lives. And, it breeds complacency because we get tired or we're worn out from work, and then we got to come home, and then, maybe we're tired or worn out, or we've had a situation that's made us complacent at home, and, one thing stacks on top of another. Complacency bleeds over into every area of your life. If you have it at work, you're going to bring it home. If you have it at home, you're going to take it to work. It's just how complacency works. I consider it the seed of adversity, because you can go around with complacency in every which way you go, planting seeds, and before you know it, you're swallowed by a forest. It's nothing but dark because no light can come through the trees. You're no longer yourself. And the worse this gets, the deeper into this forest you get, at some point you figure it out. At some point you find out your destination, and you got to turn around and go back. But when you make it back, you're not the same person you were before, and you never will be, because you've lost so much of yourself through not doing the things that you used to enjoy or you used to love. There's so many of us with hidden talents that we lock in the closet of complacency because we choose not to want to be that person. We choose not to want to excel at our lives for some reason. Complacency is easier than success, which, success has its own complacency in it as well. Success leads to arrogance and inflexibility. And, that's where you see a lot of these people who've attained success, who give nothing back and who have nothing to do with people who aren't on their level of status because they're inflexible and arrogant. Like I said, complacency has so many different levels to it. It depends on where we go as to what we attain. Stinking messages. But so many just don't understand this point of complacency, the breeding of the familiarity. As far as relationships go, it's like I said, there's no more spontaneity, so it's the same routine every night. I come home, we eat dinner, we sit on the couch, we go to bed. It doesn't cost much to go out and love, to be in love, to be romantic, or even to be happy with the children, to go to the park in succession, to make some sandwiches and go out and have dinner, a simple, cheap dinner at the park, where you could take your camera and you can collect your treasure with your children, keep taking them pictures, and then you can go home, and scrapbooking may not be something you want to do, but to turn through the pages of your treasure that you've accumulated throughout your life is a blessing that a lot of people don't get. So be wary of the things that you choose to be complacent about, because that's how you grow space. I've seen a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships that have lasted 10 plus years, but you start getting to 15 and 20 and 25 year marks, and complacency has been such a part of the routine that you've grown so far apart you don't even remember who each other is anymore. And that's where the love falls off. That's where we lead to cheating and infidelity and all the rest of the stuff, because it's complacency. There's no more spontaneity. There's no more romance. There's no more anything, because, like I said, it breeds in one area. You plant these seeds everywhere, and then before you know it, it covers your entire life. You can't even see yourself anymore, much less your partner or what it is you're trying to attain within this life. And, you know, like we talk about success a lot. Success is one of those things where it's not about attaining the goal. That's not what we consider success. Success is through the process. Success is achieving that little bit of treasure with your children, achieving that thank you from the boss, and doing what you did at work. You attain success along your journey. It is in the process that you achieve it. That's where you avoid complacency, is to know that every step is to continually move forward, to continually get to that next point within your life, so that way you don't settle on complacency, because you create your own light. So when you stop and you placed all this complacency around you and the trees grow big and tall, you're in the dark. There's no more light. You got to keep moving forward. You know, there's so many of us that, you know, we want what others have at times too, and it leads to complacency. So many of us who've set out a goal for ourselves to do better, maybe to exercise or to want to do something better with ourselves, and we see someone else who maybe loses a couple pounds in so many weeks, and we didn't lose anything. Well, again, complacency sets in. The fact that we can't sets in. So we no longer strive to achieve that goal. And once again, complacency. Now we go back to the freezer and we pick up that bucket of ice cream to settle our differences. You know, it's all in the journey. It's all in the process to continue to move forward, to not plant these seeds of complacency within your life, because they'll haunt you. They'll come back and they'll tear you apart. Maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, but 10 years from now, when you look back and you go, dang it, I should be where they're at. I should be where she's at. Man, I should be where he's at. I want to attain those kind of things. Well, your forest of complacency has you lost, because you go around here with all this adversity and you can't overcome any challenges, because the ones you tried to achieve to overcome to begin with, you just ended up creating more as you tried to find a way to overcome them. Complacency is, you know, like I said, you breed a different type of intuition to find a different kind of excuse for your defeat, instead of trying to stand up, man up, and reset and restart and continue on that path. You bred a different excuse to find a different way, but you didn't go anywhere. You sat down, and now it just gets darker and darker in this forest of adversity brought upon you by complacency. I love you guys. Y'all stay up and stay beautiful. And as always, I'll see you around.